controversial things has a lot of currency in this business, whether it's about Sarah Palin or Santa Claus. Have you ever said anything that you regret? You went home and...
Never.
Never?
Not once.
I don't
No.
know.
There are people, I don't know these people who don't, they go home and question.
I know this
They go home and they think
you're a deeply contemplative guy. I know you go home, you talk to Tanya, you talk to God. I know you think about the things that you've said and the influence that they've had. What have you said that you wish, I should have said that better?
I have three things. I've already talked about it. So I believe, we have all made mistakes, and if I had my life to live all over again, I would try to do things differently, but then again, doing things the way I did, even being an alcoholic, which is, on the top 5 stupid things I've ever done, starting to drink brought me to the understanding of where I am today.
Might get pulled. You said. Tell me.
Hey guys, this is Tommy with Tommy Nation Politics. How's everyone doing today? Tommy Nation Politics.
Here is our mission statement. It's clear. It's the greatest mission statement of all time. It's the greatest words ever uttered.
Hey guys, this is
We
Tommy.
hold these
Politics.
truths to be
How's everyone
self-evident,
doing today?
that all men are created equal and endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights. Among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And why is government created?
A government is the system or group of people governing an organized community, often a state. A government is like a clan with the purpose to govern the whole family or whole nation with powers of financial, military and civil laws. The main purpose of government is to seek the welfare of the civilians and to fulfill their need for the betterment of the nation. In the case of its broad associative definition, government normally consists of legislature, executive, and judiciary.
Government is instituted among men to protect those rights. These are the first 2 pages. These are the last 2 pages of the original draft in Thomas Jefferson's own hand.
Thomas Jefferson lived much of his life at Monticello, a sprawling plantation near Charlottesville, Virginia. But although he wrote the Declaration of Independence, he owned 600 slaves during his lifetime. That contradiction is the subject of 2 groundbreaking exhibits, one at Monticello. Hundreds of African-American slaves and their families lived here, and they labored for Jefferson's enterprises. Susan Stein is senior curator at Monticello. She says Jefferson was born into a culture dominated by slavery.
In America, in his time, 20% of all the population was enslaved.
Of the Declaration of Independence.
And Jefferson was one of those slaveholders.
I want you to notice up at the top, I don't know if you can zoom in, but up at the top of this one, you will see a few words that are capitalized. And the only words capitalized in this draft are United States of America. Everything else is written in script. Oh, except for 2 words. Christian and men. Now, what are we told by everyone all the time? Our old dusty documents couldn't understand what we're going through today. If I hear Nancy Pelosi one more time say how much she loves the Constitution, I'm gonna vomit. Everyone keeps telling us They're old, dusty documents from the past, and our founders were nothing but white, racist, rich men.
So coming to Monticello is an opportunity for people to think about this complexity.
Stein and fellow curators wanted visitors to see the complete picture, so they decided to focus on Monticello's slaves. Many of them lived and worked on Mulberry Row, the plantation's main street. A computer animation shows what the street looked like. Some of the slave homes and workshops will be reconstructed. Wormley Hughes was Jefferson's head gardener. He tended to his master's prized plants and trees.
Wormley Hughes planted seeds, bulbs, trees. He also dug the grave of his master, Thomas Jefferson, in July 1826. We're standing at the site of the original blacksmith shop.
Historian Cinder Stanton learned about Hughes and other slaves from Jefferson's extensive records. But for Stanton, that was not enough. Almost 20 years ago, she and a colleague began an oral history project to identify the descendants of Monticello's slaves.
And Thomas Jefferson, you know, he was the worst of all of them. How could Thomas Jefferson write that all men were created equal when he himself was a slave owner? How did he not see that?
It's a way of seeing how the institution was cruel and oppressive, but within that institution, people were able to make valuable lives.
He did. In the rough draft. I want to first point out that in the draft that finally made it, it says another word that is capitalized. Unanimous Declaration of the United States of America.
Government is a means by which organizational policies are enforced, as well as a mechanism for determining policy. Each government has a kind of constitution, a statement of its governing principles and philosophy. Typically, the philosophy chosen is some balance between the principle of individual freedom and the idea of absolute state authority. While all types of organizations have governance, the word government is often used more specifically to refer to the approximately 200 independent national governments on Earth, as well as subsidiary organizations. Historically prevalent forms of government include monarchy, aristocracy, timocracy, oligarchy, democracy, theocracy, and tyranny.
Butterfly
now I
in the
understand that he's gonna get emotional in this,
sky.
but
I can go twice
this
as
far.
high. Take a look, it's in a book. A
Hey
reading
guys, this is
rainbow.
Tommy.